here in my garage. Just bought a new electric bike that don't work. But you know what I love more than materialistic things? Complaining. No, I'm just joking. The first video I uploaded to this channel was in 2015. And now 10 years later, this is really hard to admit. But I'm not a good YouTuber, and my channel just might be cooked because of that. Keyword though, might. Now look, I don't want you to think that this is an overly dramatic video. This isn't one of those out of touch influencers crying about wanting more money or anything like that. So let me just upfront tell you what this video is about. This is an honest 10-year content creation reflection, looking back on some of the stuff I think I did well, where I think I might have went wrong in some areas, and what I plan to do in the future. And also, I just find it fun to make a video like this every once in a while. And this video is also full of a bunch of YouTube game that I've learned over the years. So it's also kind of like a free webinar, if you will. So let's get into it. So I had always planned to have hit 1 million subscribers by now. I think 10 years is enough time. And I have this baller 1 million subscriber video planned out, but I'm still a long shot away from that goal. And I've done numerous studies, had many conversations with YouTube homies, examining why I'm so short. Is it the thumbnails? Is it the title? Is it the ideas? Is my like ratio too low? That kind of thing. But what I found is, no, it's not any of that stuff. I believe my channel's issue is an unclear promise. I have way too many interests. I like making videos about exploring data. I like making videos about game dev, about AI, simulation, about mechanical engineering. Honestly, the list goes on. But due to how recommendation reward incentives are designed these days, this makes my channel almost impossible to recommend. To demonstrate, let's say that I have a machine learning video that goes viral, right? YouTube goes, great, lucky you. You have a video that a lot of people are interested in. We're gonna take a note on that and revisit this with your next upload, right? I'm gonna say the next upload, I do a game dev video. Well, YouTube is going to push this game dev video to the machine learning audience that it found. And after enough of them don't show any interest in the game dev video, YouTube will no longer want to play with that video anymore and will just completely flatline its impressions. And without YouTube impressions, you ain't getting any views. Now, that's just on a single video level. YouTube continually tries to learn what your audience is. And as you upload more videos, it'll keep on trying to try your videos with these audiences. But after a while, if recommendation keeps on getting it wrong on who it thinks might like your video, it's just gonna give up, because the simple fact of the matter is there are other creators out there who might or will guarantee that they will convert some of that sweet homepage recommendation real estate into actual dollar signs for all parties involved. So why continue to waste the space on a channel that isn't working out, right? And naturally, of course, this makes sense. YouTube is a business, and even from the audience point of view, if you come across an amazing deep dive video into a game that you like or something like that, right, and it causes you to subscribe to their channel, if the next video they upload is like a vlog about their dog or something like that, it's not that you wouldn't watch the video. That's the wrong way to look at it. That video would be completely invisible to you on your homepage. But YouTube put it in front of you for a reason. Your lack of engagement is very valuable data. Hell, I wouldn't even be surprised if they have some reliability score per channel on the back end. And if true, my channel is FUBAR. And yes, look, all this makes me really sad. I have a lot of interests. I love the freedom of being able to explore a bunch of different things. There probably is a way to figure out how to make it work, but there's so many variables involved that makes it an incredibly difficult task. So moving on, I now know that my issue is that my content is a little too varied. For many years, I didn't really care about this because it was fun and I was able to pay my bills. What more do I need, right? But I'm now developing my dream game, Ultra Bouters, and I want to be able to hire more help to make it a better game. Over the past like 6 years, something like that, I've written over 80 episodes for an anime that I want to make. But so far, I've only released 2 comic book chapters. Ambitions like this requires capital. And if I want to be able to hire people and build out teams and whatnot, I need to get a little more serious about this YouTube joint. Now, what's my solution? Well, I need to figure out a really good content promise that a lot of people like watching and I enjoy making. Take any of the greatest YouTube channels you know, and they all have a clear, one-sentence, concise promise. Mr. Beast, relatable, compete for money game show. Mark Rober, one-of-one crazy engineering project. Nile Red, relatable chemistry projects you can't find anywhere else. Danny Game Dev, impressive culturally relevant game development videos. Need I go on? Philip DeFranco, you're getting the news. Linus Tech Tips, tech teardowns. MKBHD, tech reviews. Game Maker's Toolkit, game dev teardown. And me? Well, sometimes you'll get game dev videos, sometimes you'll get AI videos. I might upload a simulation video the week after. It's not good. Though they might all be entertaining in their own right. Do not assume the person that will watch an AI video also wants to watch a game dev video. Which brings me to probably my biggest dilemma. If I were to filter my content down to one promise, what would it be? And I honestly can't explain to you how difficult this is. I love game dev content, but I know after doing that for 6 months straight, I'll probably get tired of it and want to do something else. I love AI and machine learning projects. That's probably like the #1 thing that I could do if I was forced to focus on one thing. But I don't know, man. It seems like people fucking hate AI these days. And look, I don't blame you, man. As someone that's been really interested in AI for a really long time now, it's kind of been co-opted by soulless cringe lords that overhype almost anything that they're making. Dog, you're just making a GPT rapper. Calm the hell down. And I am so sad the trajectory that AI has taken. We somehow end up with all these shitty generative AI model things instead of investing in the real value AI has, which is classification AI. But that's a video for another day. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I need to try and reclaim AI and make it cool again or something. I don't know. Speaking of which, please go watch my Shark Tank AI video. I think that video is probably like the greatest video I've ever made, ever. And it did not get enough views, but I promise you'll have a good time. Anywho, let's now look towards the future and talk about what's next. First off, I know that this might sound scary to some of you. It might sound like the soul is about to be sucked in my channel in sake of trying to grow. But if there is any promise that I can guarantee to you will never happen, it's that. I'd rather just cold turkey stop uploading videos if that ever becomes my only option. I respect the video making art form way too much to ever disrespect it like that. This is very important to remember. The goal of this new era is to relearn how to make good videos on a stricter timeline. However, in order to do that, I gotta make more videos, and lots of them. But this introduces yet another problem. This is how many videos I've uploaded in the past 10 years, and it can be broken down into 2 different eras. There's the pre-pandemic era and the post-pandemic era. Pre-pandemic era was bussin' because I was a young lad. I was basically single because I was in a long distance relationship, and I was incredibly hungry to turn nothing into something. So I worked tirelessly. I virtually worked around the clock, many 4, 5, 6 hour nights of sleep, and I'm really thankful for this era because it's the reason why I'm here in front of the camera today. Though, if I'm being honest, I think a lot of the videos I made in this era were unwatchable garbage, to be nice. But the post-pandemic era was pretty bleak YouTube wise. In fact, in 2022, I uploaded just 2 videos. In this era, I was more older, more mature, more stable, and finally had some money to do things that I've always wanted to do. The pandemic gave me and my girlfriend a reason to move in together. We traveled, I played video games, I started some projects that I've wanted to do for a really long time, and my head just wasn't fully in YouTube at that time. I was living life. But in terms of YouTube was concerned, this was the era where I began to put more planning and thought into the videos, which honestly resulted in some of my favorite videos to this date. But I think I definitely overdid it and spent way too much time trying to make perfect videos, which no matter the art form, it's a no-no. But after a while, I started to miss the thrill of working on a bunch of projects again. So I came back officially in 2024, but I ran into yet another issue. I picked up a terrible scope creep habit. Focusing too hard on the longevity of my videos, I just really want to impress with what I was making, and without any constraints, that manifested in 6 videos in 2024. So I spent about 2 months per video, which would be alright if they did well, but in relation to my channel, they did awful. And I seriously hope that you want more videos because it's coming. Why? Well, I've recently accepted help locking in more sponsors, which means I'm now accountable for deadlines. Therefore, I can't just go around spending 2-3 months on a video. And the funny thing is, what I learned from one of my studies is that the reason why the pre-pandemic era worked so well is because I had a lot of sponsored deadlines. It's kind of hard to only upload 2 videos a year when you have 12 sponsored deadlines. And look, some of you might hate this, but that's the business, I guess. I don't have a boss to report to, so this process kind of helps simulate that a little bit. At least for me, it helps me out. I'm a bit too much of a perfectionist. Like I need some pressure. And this honestly has been working out well so far. If you've been paying attention over the past few months, your boy has been on the grind. And man, oh man, that much appreciated deadline pressure has been making your boy feel like he's on that 24-year-old grind once again. But this time on hard mode with an obligation to my fiance and my daughter, and a whole lot more back pain. So please give your boy some grace over the next few months. I'm working on ironing out the kinks so that I can make sure I never leave you with 2 videos in a year ever again. And also, I'm very proud to let you know that I've began to accept a lot more help these days. I've always been very afraid of getting people to depend on me because I like doing things at my own speed, you know, going to bed at 4 a.m., waking up at 2 p.m., disappearing on a walk or a bike ride when I want to. But now that people are depending on me, I'm gonna have to learn that balance now. Because I'm also getting editing help. In fact, Joseph should be editing this video. Joseph, say hello.
Hello.
And I'm really excited to find the next group for this channel. It's gonna be hard, really hard. But hey, nothing worth it comes easy, right? Lastly, shouts to all my patrons on screen. These are some serious real ones. By the way, announcement, I'm gonna be uploading the ad-free and sponsor-free versions of all my videos on Patreon. So if that's your jam and you wanna watch my content without any sponsor breaks or anything like that, you'll get access to those as low as the $1 tier. Also, I'm working on my dream game, Ultra Bouters. It's a turn-based fighting game that's inspired by Dragon Ball Z, but plays like chess. I know, interesting, right? You gotta go download and check it out. I also have a comic book series that I'm really proud of. You can check out for free. And I got more daring videos on the way. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.